All right, this is the final section of the of our special edition Lunch and Learn. For this one is for senior divisions and vice presidents. So what we're looking at today is how to maximize the career plan you're in and perhaps go for a re-promote, and how to take a look at the level above you, sales vice president, and see where you might benefit from moving from senior division to sales VP. So if you have a business opportunity brochure handy, let's take a look at that, because currently at senior division, you're getting the 45 to 50% commission, and you know that that extra 5% on the personal comes any month that you have a personal recruit that qualifies. So they add that onto your paycheck at the time of qualification. And that can be worth many hundreds of dollars depending on how good of a personal month sales you had. If you did a $2,800 month, then you're getting $140. We did the numbers with Risa earlier. She said her best team month was, her best personal sales month was $5,700. That would have been an extra $340 that she would have earned. So super important to stay on top of your personal recruiting for many reasons, but to not lose out on many, many additional hundreds of dollars. Some of you have had personal best sales months of $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 times an extra 5%. That's a lot of money. So you don't want to miss out on that. You have your 15%, you know, the overrides have been the same really since area. 15% on your fashion directors, 8% on branches. Actually, that's actually since division. 3% on your areas and the divisions and all of their group volume. And you've been getting you're getting weekly bonuses. Now, if this is not something that you've really taken a look at, and that's probably then something that you're going to want to work on a re-promote challenge, because look at what senior divisions are able to get weekly added to your paycheck. Now, this is your team sales, not including you, right? So $2,500 in a week, you're going to see an extra $100 bonus on your paycheck. With a $5,000 week, you're getting $200 added to your check. With a $7,500 week, you're getting $300. With a $10,000 week, you're getting $400. And with a $12,500 week, you're getting $500. So when you think about the course of a month, always, you know, the last week or two is always that super high, you know, big push. So you may very well have already experienced a $500 bonus depending on the size of your team and how recently you became a senior division and whatnot. And some of you are perhaps, you know, still on the beginnings of that. But either way, $100 to $500 getting added to your check is an amazing thing. So it's something that you want to keep a look at, so that when you see that you're close to one, and you hear of your team members that are about to sit on their sales and let them go into the following week, you want to encourage them to close their shows, because it could be the difference between you getting no bonus and $100, or it can be the difference between getting $400 and $500, depending on how many people are sitting around on their shows. So that's why you kind of don't want people pushing off their sales to the end. You want those weekly bonuses every single week. Any month that the team has 20 qualified recruits, you're getting another $500 bonus. And then with team sales of $15,000, and that's group and personal net, you're getting a $500 bonus. That's a lot of bonuses when you add 500 on top of, over the course of a 4-week month, you know, 200 one week, 300 one week, 400 one week, 500. You're talking about a couple of $1,000 that can be added to your paycheck each week and month. You have the so you have all of that in your current career plan. Now, what about, sometimes I've had senior divisions say straight to me, I don't want to promote to VP because I will lose out on my bonuses. Now, what where that short-sighted is, the reason that there's so much smaller print on the sales vice president arrow than there is on the senior division arrow is because there's more categories and there's higher sales allowed. So see how the weekly bonus for a senior division caps out at $12,500? Now, I'm sure that there are times that there are senior division groups that sell more than $12,500. So even if your team in a week sold $20,000, you're still only getting $500, right? But look at when you go across to sales vice president, you're getting weekly bonuses based on up to $50,000, 50. So on a week that your team sold 20,000, you're getting 400. A week they're selling 2,500, you're getting 500. A week that they're selling 30,000, you're getting 600, and it's going up and up from there. So 30,000 is really that magic number that if your team is ever selling on any kind of a regular basis, you're not doing yourself any favors staying at senior division. You're missing out on weekly bonuses because you're letting yourself be cut off at 12,500. Whereas if you go to, you're getting 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000. And at sales VP, I got all, those levels many times. You also have a weekly activity bonus at sales vice president. So when you have 50 active people on your team, you get a $100 bonus, and so on and so forth. When you have 10 starts, and they actually count that as 250, you're getting a $100 bonus. 20 starts is a $200 bonus. A month that your team has 30 qualified recruits, you're getting $500 bonus. You're getting monthly sales bonuses, and here's another area where you shortchange yourself if you stay too long at senior division, because your monthly sales bonus at senior division is at $15,000. Now it's at $25,000 at sales vice president, but you can go higher. So if your team sells $50,000, you're getting a $1,000 bonus. If you're at $100,000, you're getting a $1,500 bonus. Whereas if you stay at senior division, your team you're not getting any bonus over $15,000. So that's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Can you tell me what a start is? Like what's considered a start?
Right on the brochure, they indicate that a start is $250.
Okay.
So I know that we normally call a start $600.
Okay.
But for these purposes, the company lets $250 slide. I guess that's good for a time where you launch someone. I try to really discourage anyone launching under $600, but I guess for the purposes of these bonuses, at least it's good that they define it at $250, which is great. So this is how you end up, again, with multi-page paychecks. On the previous call, which I know you were on, Risa, we were talking about how, did you know that your paycheck could go 2 and 3 and 4 pages? I think you were saying Mary Grace posted a 6-page paycheck. I never had a 6-page paycheck, but I've definitely had a full 2-page paycheck. And, it's amazing. Now, to get to sales vice president, it's basically $90,000 a month, 2 months in a row, because it's $180,000 over a 2-month period. And even though there's no requirement for the number of branches that you need to get there and whatnot, common sense indicates that other levels promoting are going to be the months that let you promote. So just like we've been saying all the way since people were trying to promote to area, it really takes many people promoting to branch, because when you have people promoting to branch, it's helping other people get to area, which is often helping someone else get to division or senior division. So it's no coincidence that this goes on. So it's actually just like easy to promote, to focus on your branches, because very often branches are excited new people. Look at somebody like, your girl Summer, right? That girl can't even help herself how excited she is. She comes onto every training and blurts out answers every 2 seconds. She's just real, active and she's selling a lot. She's got personal shows lined up. And sure enough, I think now she has a recruit, right?
Yeah.
So there's a branch. Now, what is she going to need in order to promote to area? She needs to help that girl promote to branch, and she needs to find another person to recruit and help her get to branch. So that's why I did the branch out call series, which a lot of people are participating in. Calls 1 and 2 already happened. Call 3 has to be next week because a lot of different groups had their meetings and stuff this week, so I didn't want to interfere in that, but including my own. But I'm going to continue with that next week. And also getting the new people on the live time to launch call, because I spend a pretty good amount of time talking about how it's normal to share the business with someone even before you do your first party. It's normal for someone at your launch to want to join you. It's normal to go ask your sister, your friend, your neighbor, all these people if they would like to work with you and to work with a friend, and that your first recruit is probably somebody you already know. Because the more of that that's going on, the faster people are getting to branch, which is what will explode your areas. And when people start making the money at area, when they jump from the 35 to the 40, plus they go to the 10% on fashion directors instead of that weird weekly graduated override thing that's hard to figure out, the money is a big difference. An area selling $2,800 is making $1,120 on their personal sales. At Fashion Director, they were making $840. An area whose team sold $4,000 is adding $400 to their paycheck. A branch selling the same thing is getting maybe $100. It's a huge difference. And when people start seeing those overrides, they stay, especially when we help them continue to develop more branches. And then as they are developing the more branches, now they see themselves on track for division, because the 4 active branches, that's like, oh, I have tons of active branches. And when there's constantly new branches coming on, it's much better to promote from area to division with 4 new branches, because those people generated you $4,000 in sales, which is good overrides and a big chunk of the $10,000 that they need. If they need $10,000 to promote, each month, and $4,000 of it is coming from the 4 brand new people, that only leaves $6,000 for the whole rest of the team plus the leader themselves to cover. That's a piece of cake. So that's why we all as leaders have to stay focused on the people promoting to branch. Now, on this call today, when I was talking with the fashion directors and the branches, I actually spent some of their call, because there's not as many weekly, I don't have to go over weekly overrides and all this with them. So I spent that time on their call about, are they asking as many people if they would like information about the business as they're asking for a sale? Meaning, every single person that comes up at the end of the show, are you asking them if they want business information? Because if you're not, then you're making your 1 in 10 guesses take forever. Because if you're only asking 1 or 2 people at a show, it's going to take you 10 to 20 shows to get to, it's going to take you 10 or more shows to get to your 10 no's. Because you're only asking 2 people a show or 1 person a show. If you ask every single person, it may only take 1 or 2 shows to ask 10 people. So you ask for a sale because they're coming up to you with an order form. And I did go over with them about how to upsell and things like that as well. And then, are they asking for a booking every single time? But then are they dropping the ball? Are they not asking every single person if they want business information? So I did go over with them the difference between informing and inviting. I reminded them that even saying, if you would like information, ask me later, is still not inviting. Because all you just did was inform them you have the information. And if you don't invite them one-on-one, then you leave it open to interpretation for themselves. Am I not pretty enough? Is there something you're supposed to look like? Was there something I was supposed to say? Why didn't she ask me? So I went over all of that, and I'm also reiterating that on the branch out call. So just make sure that your team is going to, if they haven't already participated in branch out, I am bumping up the previous calls back up to the top of the page, and then we'll pick up live with call 3 the following, the following week. And I think I'm just going to keep repeating it all through the fall, because there's always new people that need to get back to the first one. So, but the reason I wanted the senior divisions and the sales VPs on the same call, and why I went over it together, and I know that obviously a lot of you are going to watch this after, is because I've heard on more than one occasion, I'll lose money if I go to VP. And that's not the case if once your team reaches the point that you're consistently selling, more than the 12,000 a week, because then you're cutting yourself off early from a lot of other bonuses, especially the weekly sales bonus and the monthly sales bonus. Any thoughts or questions?
I thought the same thing about senior, like going from division to senior, honestly. And we're already doing, well, we have been already been doing the level of sales for senior.
Yeah.
So really, we're just missing out. But it's the way you're breaking it down, it makes a lot more sense, because just looking at the brochure, you can't tell. So I appreciate it.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah, your team is the perfect example of there's money on the table that you're not getting to take advantage of because of the title you currently have. So once all of this friggin' water goes away, we're getting this team back on track for sure. And you're going to be a senior division. You absolutely need to be there, because that's a lot of weekly bonus and a lot of monthly bonus that you could be earning. And it makes a big difference. I mean, it's $300 here, it's $100 there, it's $200 there. At the end of the year, it's like $10,000. When you're constantly adding 300, 500, 300, 200, weekly, monthly, it adds up fast, and you're going to notice a big change on your 1099 when all's said and done. Awesome. All right, well, this one was a bit shorter than the others, so that's good, because my cheeks hurt, and I haven't eaten since before 12 o'clock when these calls started. So have a great rest of the day. Thanks for joining me back to back on this, Risa, and for all of you that are watching this later, I hope it was helpful. And of course, those watching later that have questions or want to do a follow-up, just let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. Thanks so much. Have a great day.